we're representing their goals.
Further discussion on police mitigation. Going once, what's your budget then?
Treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report,
Which is
thank
down
you.
below.
Here.
So I sent the summary and then the details to the commissioners, having, not received any questions or details, just go over the three main buckets and expenses. Is administrative, and our 25 budget is 91,800. Our year-to-date is about 83,000, which is faster on a paced budget, so we will probably exceed the administrative budget, by the end of this year. Plant harvesting and control, the budget's 83,493. We've spent almost $18,000 so far, which is about half of what we expect to spend at this time. Weed and water control, the budget's 21,000. We've spent 23,000 to this point, and that is where the monies for the wave analysis are coming out of there, and there's also water quality analysis that was slipped from last year into this year's budget, and so that's certainly gonna be over also. Overall, we're gonna be very close to budget at the end of the year. It's hard to say, 3 months left. Are there any questions? Okay, hearing none, I will stop.
Alright. Plant harvesting.
Okay, I applied for the Beulah permit, which was approved on June 25th by Warren, his name is Jason Roberts. Lisa, I sent you the copy of the approval permit for the record. So total, we will have next year, starting next year, 93 buoys. And 200 feet offshore where appropriate. And some of the narrows, obviously you have to use some discretion, but it is to kind of protect the big areas and some of the narrow areas where you cannot have 200 feet offshore. There will be 87 slow-mo weight and 6 red-green navigation buoys in the Stas area. For a total of 93. So Chris ordered 39 plus the 6 red-green, 40 existing, which will be reused. So that brings us to a total of 93, which was what was laid out on the plan.
And if people donate their buoys, they're using them for the staff of stock. Whereas we go through about 5 buoys a year and get run over or whatever.
So the total cost of shipping and all the buoys was about $1,068. And they are delivered and in Spruce possession. So what will need to happen is they're going to be numbered, have a GPS sticker applied to them. You ordered the GPS wristwatch, so you have to test that.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so we'll just do a dry run to make sure that.
Yes, we have to get together over the operation.
So what needs to be ordered in are chains and the block. And then next year, it's going to be for this.
Are we moving?
No. Well, into the season. So that's it on the buoys. I am filing for the surface water grant. I spoke to Amy today for some clarification from her. So I'm working with her. I should hopefully get that submitted this week. I was using the wrong form because they switch forms. I didn't realize they switch forms, which is good because it's a much simpler form than what I was filling out. The maximum grant that we could get is $10,000. permission, and then September 15th is when, all of the pre-admits need to be in. After that, she is going to make contact and fill in any gaps, from anyone who has issues on their, forms. And then November timeframe, awards theoretically will be issued. So, that's that on the grants. And then as far as Lincoln Pond, I did contact them, and we should be getting sometime early winter, the cost to do next summer's, study. And they're telling me it's going to be in the neighborhood of $24,000. So we could use, if we get the 10,000, obviously it'll cut the cost. And then next summer is when that, study would be done. They would then submit, and we will need to, over winter, renew our harvest permit next year. So it'll be the winter of next year. As far as, current, Stu is telling me that the, harvest this summer is a little heavier than normal, which kind of makes sense due to the temperature, the rain. Not significantly higher, but it's a heavier load. No real repair issues beyond what was done initially before we went in the water. So I don't think there's anything new on that. I think Stu would have to speak to the management of the labeling and GPS. I don't know when that's gonna get started, how long that's gonna take, get ready. And then I know that, we did follow up on the dam, and the inspection, I was told was September, October.
The inspection happened Monday.
What happened?
So the DNR does it every 10 years, otherwise it's the responsibility of the county. So the DNR did it Monday, we have little control over when they'll get the report to us. And I spoke with my contacts at the county, and they don't know either. So we Andrew, who's in charge of the dams for our area.
Well, at least you got it somewhere, she said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the insurance is always asking.
Right.
So is this get a comment or report, or is it just post to the website when it's actually done?
I would imagine it would be someone like we get our annual inspection from the county. It would be in that similar format, so yes, they would air the grievances or have anything in a report, for sure.
Okay.
I know that the county engineer was there, and he and I spoke, and there wasn't anything abnormal about her inspection, so I think we're on the level.
Okay.
So I agree with that. That's what's supposed to be.
Do you want to talk about the Oakwood Lane, the narrows?
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
so, yeah, good point. So the Oakwood Lane Bay area, Lake and Pond submitted the harvest pathway, if you will. It basically ended up in a dead end, so it was useless, which cautioned Doug to move into that space. So Stu brought that up, I contacted Heidi today, she reviewed it, and she said, go back to the old path, it's approved to use the old path.
There was, originally it was a dredging project, the Dresden Estate that was at issue, and I know that some of us have been on a Zoom call, and Heidi had told us to stay out of that area. We had been harvesting it for many years and had many complaints about it, and I reviewed our harvesting, and there was somewhat of a digital anomaly on our harvesting path, and they had a harvesting path that essentially sent you through a sensitive area and on land in some area. It just wasn't a navigable path.
Is this the map we're talking about, this is?
Yeah, that we talked about, and I sent some pictures, and that did not follow the actual navigation lane going to the narrows, and sent you through sensitive areas that you would never harvest, so we kinda brought that up at the, complaints from residents back there, and that had to change their tune.
So, do we, get this map as part of this?
I think that they need to look at that, and we're gonna highlight it to Lincoln Pond when we start.
Correct. She's going to send Sue and I an email. I didn't see it tonight, for Sue to send an email, telling us to proceed with the old path, and then we will correct it on the permit file. That's it.
And, okay, anything else? Lake monitoring, Commissioner Bender, got anything for us?
It continues on. Not too much new there. We're doing some experimental work to determine if we have a blue-green algae, where it's coming from. Whereas we're all suspect of the well. So we are developing some equipment to determine if that indeed is the case. I'm not saying it is gonna be associated with development. We wanna be prepared, and we're developing that to make sure. And also, we're participating in the studies, among the other people here on the effect of wakeboard, waves on the lake. And participating in that, otherwise, that's it.
Questions on lake monitoring? Commissioner Stacy Walworth down.
I'll just, do my report on, when we get out to the dam. I'll do all together.
Okay. Commissioner Jones.
Big thing talked at the meeting this month was safety, especially after the 4th of July, so just kind of bring it top of mind for us. And it seemed like it was nonstop over and over, the people were really worried about safety on the lake. There was a lot of stuff going on the lake and not a lot of police or safety presence. So the other thing that was, one thing that was brought up and that kind of moved our way is the idea of having a public pier for fishing. Kind of want to bring that up just to come up with maybe some ideas that we could be able to have public fishing somewhere in the lake, not necessarily at the launch or anything like that, but just to start maybe moving some ideas forward, maybe put on the agenda for next, or whatever.
We got it.
So, but you can't fish off it.
Our area, where the net over by our property.
That's least you can't.
Yeah, least.
Not
Yeah.
our
You
area.
can't touch that.
That's not our
Yeah.
area.
That's the new water, that water commission.
But I thought this approach was defeated in the meeting.
No, but that was kind of, it was defeated for her to go forward with it, and then it was suggested that the management district, started to look at it. I mean, it's just something to come up with some ideas, and maybe it's not possible, maybe it is. Maybe there's a way to go off the side of where the new staging pier is, or something like that, where you're in a little bit different area, where you put a spot where people can probably fish. I don't know, I thought it was a good idea because there's a lot of kids in the area that come down and fish and use the area and do it legally.
Agreed.
Tom passed the Beulah Heights Road Culvert Repair Ordinance that all went through. Then the other thing was just, that's been a lot to talk about is about the testing of the wake boats, and how we go about it and making sure that we're including everybody from all sides. And that we got, obviously sent to us about, what parameters really we should be looking at and different ideas and whatnot. So just talk about those. And that was all I have.
Questions for Commissioner Jones? Going once? Going twice?
We have a choice here. Lisa and I do have some information that we'd like to present, but it really involves, for the annual meeting, so, you know, that's an item under new business. So we could wait till then to talk about it, or if you want to do it now, it doesn't matter to us.
I suppose we'll take it in order, yes.
Okay, well, if I take it in order, which place are you gonna do it?
On the agenda item.
Later,
Later.
Later, okay,
Anything else?
no,
Just the website, you had mentioned adding those few things, they're posted. And I agree with you about cleaning it up and making it a little easier to access some things, so.
Cheers.
I don't have anything constructive to say about it.
I know, but I'm telling you, I got the stuff, I put it out there and.
I'll work with you, so I have some. So, I'll work with you.
No big deal.
Alright, anything else?
no,
Alright. Old business, status report on 3 properties, discussion of possible action, W 1347 Beach Road, the hotel, I have nothing to report on that, is there any further comment on that issue? West Broad Cottage Industries LLC, owner / John Stocks applicant, application to rezone and a 28 Spring Creek Road from C462, an application for conditional use permit. We reported at our last meeting that the conditional use permit was approved by the county. The 18th was the deadline to file a certiorari action in the county court. We filed a certiorari action in the county court opposing the grant of the conditional use permit, or it was filed on behalf of the district. It ended up being posted yesterday, late afternoon, it has not yet been served to my knowledge. But I did send a copy and we'll get it posted to our website, so you can take a look at that when you have a chance. I did send it, right? I sent it to everybody, so. I apologize. Status report on county action on residential highway J dam property where excavation was done, discussion of possible action.
I'll just go over what happened at the Public Works committee meeting, July 14th at Public Works. They met and had an agenda to talk about the review of the dam regarding fences, structures, buildings on the dam, piers and boat storage on the county property. Also parking on the dam, there's been somebody that's actually parking a truck on there, they had a picture of, down by double D, somebody seen this there too, I don't know. So that was all discussed, and the supervisors watched a drone, vid footage of Highway J dam showing the footage of the boat lifts, the piers, the fences and structures, and then they discussed options. And one is not to allow, any storage on the dam. And that was not on their property, so that lot line, some of those pretty close. Some people might want a little bit more. So they're talking no storage at county property, no new building or repairs of any structures. And saying what is there to maybe leave for now, but if it got, decapitated and you couldn't fix it, they would not allow it to be fixed, and you'd have to tear it down. Option 2, was to remove all structures, and this one seems to be an odd one with a couple of members on there. The county would build a fence on the lot line, with dividing the county's own right away, leaving, like 8-foot openings or whatever every so often to get their piers out or to get in there to access stuff like that. So the boatless and piers can come out. 2 of the supervisors, so at the end of the day, 2 of the supervisors wanted to come out and view it, so we ended up tabling it, so they're gonna come out, look at it. It's a tough decision, because, you got a lot of people that are affected there by, one guy transaction. So, they don't meet in August, so next time this will come up will be, September, but it affects a lot if we let, now that this is on the radar, it's like a car getting pulled over, so now it's on the radar, right, so everybody knows. You got everybody watching this in the county, say bars that are near county property. If you let them continue like that, they believe they're gonna be able to park on county grounds too. So, I don't know, we have to stay tuned, I guess, on this, there's no real decision yet. Jess was actually on the phone, participated in the meeting. I don't know if you have anything you wanted to add to it?
I thought it was a good discussion.
Right.
No, and there are some topics you can see both
Well, there's a couple, one, Ken Monroe that sits on there, apparently happened on a lake by him. He wants everything gone. But we took kind of a timeout, so we're gonna let them come, two of them wanna come out and do what I think they did already. And then we got, in September. So, I'll keep you posted when the meeting is.
So when you use the term hot one, that means they're very interested in the fence.
Well,
Does that mean they're
because
very
on
opposed to
a
the fence?
lake down by him, they made him wipe the clean. And he's, a little sore from that or something, I don't know, I didn't really talk to him about exactly what
What are
happened.
you gonna establish precedents?
All right, and then this bar thing, I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's huge, because there's people that do outdoor music and parking, and they're watching all this, so now that this is on the radar, I'm not sure which way it's gonna go. Maybe the county fencing is a good way to go. Right, and then, do we clear it all out, and I don't know, we have to stay tuned, there's seven people on the committee.
I listened to I was on this meeting.
Oh, I could have piped in.
I was, enjoying the discussion and not being part of the discussion. But it seemed, part of the discussion seemed odd to me that, we were talking about doing the fence and then leaving everything as if everything they had stopped at that fence and like existing structure should stay is what it seemed. to me.
No, I don't think that's part of the discussion, no,
No.
that fence goes up.
Everything is
Everything's
gone.
gonna go.
Okay.
And there's a couple people really hot on that. So I don't know which way it's gonna go. If there was even a little talk of, and I don't even really wanna bring this up too much, but there's a possibility the county could sell possibly some land back to them, but I don't think that's gonna pass corporate, council muster, so. So stay tuned but if you wanna add something to, I'll keep you posted on meetings and.
I think we want to stay in it, because I think it's part of the lake, and it's their riparian owners, right?
Right.
So,
Could be a big concern if they wipe it all clean and everybody's gotta take their old ones out of there, you shut down Jay for a day, you fool with an old lift, I don't know.
It'll be bars up, yeah, they're certainly going through the process in life, but
So
they have a lot of questions.
is that like a taxi meter then?
It's a cheap date.
A lot of properties have.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's common,
Well, it's very common.
okay, from that far away.
Yeah, I wouldn't say pouring them that far, but it's common
Yeah, right.
to do that, to move them.
Right.
Yeah, I used to move across the lake.
Yeah. Very good.
There's
I think
other
it's-
issues arise with space, whether the lot's full already, so. that's-
So then I think that eliminates the issue of problems up there.
It's the county benefits.
But I don't know if even people are in that, but now that's normal.
Right.
Normal.
Usually they're not allowed.
No.
The dance floor.
There's one already.
Sure. Right next door is a apartment.
I specifically asked that question in the meeting, so I don't know. That's where that jet ski is, it's right next to that.
It's that, the pier that's right next to it, to the east is down Marsh Road, the next house, that's actually right next to the to the spillway.
And the reason I brought that up, is probably that'd be an option if they put it permanent, and they clearly told me that was, I don't remember that phone system. Right, right. So, right.
What was interesting that people keep trying to get some of this and astronomical fee to do that, but it's very much.
Right.
Any further discussion?
Any questions from anybody, or?
Well, the county's learned a lesson on this too, because they let it go on, a long time. And wasn't new to them, but they kept on leaving it go on, and when we talked about it, the two of us, maybe 5 years ago, it was, well, we're grandfathered, so.
But I think they, the director also says the Lake District, they let it go on too. Right, I mean, 5 years ago, he did talk to me about it, but, at that point,
But this, a few months ago, probably in the January timeframe, February timeframe, talked to Darren Schmucky, and he says, hey, they have the right to do that, because, they're grandfathered, and it's been that way for 10 years, so they have a right to do it, they won't do what they're doing. So I think the county's gotta fess up to this too. They were going to